Welcome to Lexington, Kentucky, the Bluegrass State and home to the Kentucky Wildcats. And Big Blue Nation has turned out, revved up, and ready to go. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on another team from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Georgia's offense is on the field for the first time today. And as the game evolves into an aerial circus, sometimes you find a superstar running back like this guy.
And when you got this guy, you ride this guy. You give him the ball, you run the football, you find ways to continue to feed him because he just gets stronger and better as the game goes on.
Leaves it with the running back. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking for space. It's Etienne. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop in a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. To the air. It's Beck. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And that's great defense to stop him short of the 1st down. It's so hard with a guy that fast to create the right angles, to make sure I keep the ball inside, and then everybody's got to run to the football. Great job by the defense.
Spits it out to the back. Grab near the marker. It's Etienne. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. This time they'll go to the running game. Hard running there. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, 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 the dog pound. Run the football, be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. Takes the handoff. It's Etienne. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
You love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. Pocket starts to collapse. Touchdown, Dogs! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator strips his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown, everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Kentucky's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And this figures to be just a tremendous matchup of big play receivers, Jesse.
And because of their skills, Reese, you're going to see all types of ways in how they use them, right? They're going to throw it to them, they'll throw screens, they'll get jet sweeps. Get these guys as many touches as you can.
Well, and the good thing is, if you're a defense, you're used to it. You see this guy in practice every day. Now you're seeing another guy that's elite. Which defense can rise to the challenge and get a few stops and maybe nullify the playmaker?
Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Looking for a man, it's Vandergrift. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
He'll keep it on the sneak. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Traynor. At the 45, on its way. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
They'll ride the hot hand.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job on the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Now they're going to throw it. That's caught. It's key. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver. Just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy. And I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. Kentucky going quickly.
Hard to imagine this is only their first drive of the game, but their defense was on the field for virtually an entire quarter. So, guys, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here to convert this 3rd down so their defense can stay on the sideline and get their win back.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the tailback. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Kentucky now operating in the red zone. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. They'll break the seal on this quarter here on first down.
Here we go.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Moves around to clear up the vision. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Now on 1st and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. They'll try to get it in with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't...
Touchdown, Kentucky! What a catch and run for 6.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points there, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Wide out in motion. Here comes the jet sweep. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Man, you just hold your breath every time this particular receiver gets the ball in his hands. Because of his speed, he's dangerous to score every single time he touches it. That time on the jet sweep, though, the defense did a better job playing team defense and getting him on the ground.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him. And that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Looking for a man. It's back. Finds his big tight end. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. The Dogs are rolling down the field. They go to the ground, and they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
The give to the back. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Just a little off. Incomplete.
And 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
And it's right down the boulevard. And with that, they've taken the lead. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team. They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Now on 1st down from the 30. They move the tight end all over. They're getting this guy lathered up. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42. Whatever the fastest tempo they have is, that's what they'll use. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Scanning the field, it's Vandergrift. Finds his target down the middle. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Wildcats will snap it on 1st and 10. They're going back to the ground. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying play action. They're trying to get to it. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. We got it. Late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. 3-25. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming, so I can have more success.
And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, at least, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Beck. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he's got it at the 30. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Number 6.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot, and you... for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it in halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Fires to the tight end. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. Kentucky right back to the line. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And he intercepts it. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Left in the half here, David, to make something happen.
Dang right. I want to be aggressive. I'm not backed up in my own end. I can stay aggressive here. Try to get a field goal, Palmer. Try to get in range to get some kind of points before half.
Yeah, 2 biggest things are you got to protect the quarterback, and the QB cannot throw a pick here in this situation. If you do those 2 things, you got an opportunity here to steal some points.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Beck. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And it's picked off. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live and dine. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job on the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
They'll be able to snap it once more before the end of the half. They'll throw it on 1st down. He's taking the shot. Snags it down the right side. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
Ready
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms.
Jackrabbit. Arrow. Arrow.
Going up top on first down. Going for it all. And he makes the grab in the back of the end zone, but the officials are all over it, signaling incomplete. He was out of bounds. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these two teams thus far there in Lexington. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that said, let's send it back to the guys.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Looking to throw, it's Vandergrift. Looking to take a shot. And they can hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky. This high, throwing over the middle of the field. Oftentimes, that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going and help around him a little bit with the system.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. The receiver on the jet sweep. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
You got to give kudos to this defense. They are so well coached up. How about the awareness and the ability to play with great eye discipline? They located the football. They located that receiver on the jet sweep and were able to make the tackle.
The sure hands, it's Bell. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Going to the ground. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
Big first down sack for the defense. Brings up second down. Looking to pass. It's back. Quickly complete. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack, once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, Georgia! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points, and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. They think there's room to run to the right here. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Kentucky will be forced to punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Line gets set, first down. Movement here from the tight end. The give to the back. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's back. And this senior quarterback a little too bold there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked off throwing into double coverage.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Looking for a crease, it's Etienne. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier third down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on third down. And shoot, man, I got fourth down in my pocket.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. Splits the uprights, good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, you're always going to wonder what would have, could have, should have happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Bringing it back. And the returner goes down. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Throws to the tight end. Makes the grab. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. Had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Jumped the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Pushed back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. On the ground, it's Trainer. Tackled there by the defense. Kentucky going quickly. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on 2nd down.
Jackrabbit.
They'll try the run. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. A 3rd down play to get the quarter started. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Back to throw, it's Vandergrift. Makes the grab down the middle. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. This Kentucky offense doing work. They're set up with another 1st down. Here's the handoff. Bulls his way forward.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Running to the left. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down.
It's hard to stop great football. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again, who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Got him downfield. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks, we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle. He's got great vision and burst. He showed all of those attributes right there.
How about this? These guys are going for 2.
Griffin. Clear. Clear. Gaucho.
Wants to throw. It's Vandergrift. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down.
4-2 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Really good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? First down here with... One more play until the 2-minute warning. They go to the draw. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Handoff to the lone back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. To the ground with the back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Georgia sends out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Great coverage, great break of the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
He'll take the deep shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
Quarterback will audible. Looking to throw, it's Vandergrift. Got a man in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Looking to move it through the air. Throws for the tight end. He makes the catch. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks it down. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's got it. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Looking for the 2-point try.
Flip it. Igloo. Where'd he go?
They'll run it. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for two does not work out. Just over 50 seconds to go. They're trying to pull off a comeback, and they'll need to get this onside kick to do it. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
They didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those extra plays, Jesse? That might be the difference in the next game that I play.
Yeah, David, they just need a little bit more. They need a little bit better effort next week. They're going to need better preparation this week in practice. There's no doubt this team has a lot of talent, but we just need a little bit more to ensure that this doesn't happen next week.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.